If you landed on this video, then you are entering into the third lesson of our series around passive income. And in this episode drop, I want to talk to you all about what are some things that you can do to generate passive income, but it just might cost a little bit more level of effort on your part. So if you're ready, let's go.
The Debt Demolisher TV with Sophia Melone.
Hi, everyone. It's Sophia Melonē, the Debt Demolisher, here to bring you the tools, tips, and tricks to help you manage your financial baggage the right way. What an honor and privilege it is to be before you all for yet another episode drop as we jump into the third video inside of our passive income series. In this series, I've not only explained the difference between what passive income is and what passive income is not, and I also talked about 5 easy and fast ways for you to be able to get some passive income in terms of ideas that will be quicker for you, that will cost the least amount of effort for you, and something that you can pretty much set up on autopilot that won't require you to have to put any level of effort inside of it. So now for the third video, we're going to take it up a notch. So if you missed yesterday's lesson, I want you to pick it up right here, catch it right here, because in this episode, I'm going to be expanding on the topics and the items that we covered in yesterday's drop. So if we take it up a notch, that means what? If we take it up a notch, that means that there is a different level of requirement that's going to be needed of you in order for you to get this passive income idea in motion. Yes. So let's talk about 5 of these passive income ideas that is going to require somewhat of a level of effort on your part in order to be able to get done. So the first thing that I want to talk about is you writing an ebook. So if you write an ebook, that is something that can generate passive income for you. And it's going to require some level of effort. Why? Because you actually have to write the book. Not only do you have to write the ebook, you have to get it formatted. You have to make sure that it's proofread. You have to make sure that it's concise. You have to make sure that it is something that a reader will actually be able to understand and can receive value from. And you have to put it in a place where it can be purchased or it can be downloaded in order to bring some income into your pockets. So if you have a desire to write, or if you feel like you're an okay writer or a pretty good writer, consider getting yourself on this platform that could allow you to receive income for writing an ebook. Some of these places could be spots like Amazon, KDP, or you could even do it yourself where you don't even have to use a platform. As long as you have a website, you can put the ebooks on your channel, you can put the ebooks on your website, and if people go to your website, they'll be able to purchase it. So for example, for me, I have 3 ebooks, well, 2 that's out and 1 that's coming out very, very soon. And those are the ebooks that I have on my website, and it's the only place where you can get it. So if I have this on my website, people can go to my site, they can click on it, they can add it to their cart. And when they add it to their cart, then that means I'm getting paid for that ebook because it's passive and I only had to do the work once, because as long as it's up on the site and as long as people are somehow finding the products that are on my website, and if it's a title that interests them or if they feel like it's something that they need, then of course, I'll be able to generate some passive income from that way as well. So think about you and think about what you would like to do, how you could consider writing and putting an ebook as a form of revenue for you. And if it's something that you have a topic that you want to talk about, just put it out there and take the time to write it. Make sure that it's clean, make sure that the reader on the other side will be able to receive it well. And then you just set it up once and then you're done. Because the advantages to ebooks is that it has a lower cost to publish. So there's often different ways where you can put it on the market for it to be acquired, and it won't cost you as much as maybe like a big book that you have to get printed or that you may go through publications and publishing companies in order to be able to get done. So consider that. The next passive income idea that's probably going to require some effort on your part is flipping retail products. Now, what does that mean? What does that look like? Flipping retail products is essentially you getting assets, or you're getting products, or you're getting retail from other manufacturers, and you're selling it at a markup in order for you to be able to recoup what you spent for the actual retail products, as well as generating some income in the interim. And so there are platforms and there are sites that help you with reselling retail products. And that could be sites like eBay, that could be sites like Amazon, that could be sites like Posh. So whatever you decide that you want to be able to sell, you can put it up on this platform, and it's going to require some level of effort because you will have to get it set up. You may have to take pictures. You may have to set up the account. You may have to make sure that you keep it in stock. You may have to ship it. So it depends on the option that you choose. It's going to require some level on your part to be able to keep up with the inventory. So if you want a passive income idea, consider reselling retail products. And if you can do it in a way where it's minimal effort required of you, that's the more passive it's going to be able to be considered. So if there's some products that you can purchase and that you can resell, it's going to require little effort on your part, then that is another form of passive income. Another option for passive income is probably something that a lot of people may not think about. And this really goes for those who are good with photography. They may have an eye for a camera. They may even be able to get good images from their iPhone, for Christ's sake. There could be an option for you to resell your photos. Do you realize how many stock images that there are, and especially in this day and age, in this virtual capacity, where a lot of people are using stock images and photos as a part of their content, or even as their virtual background, any of these things? There are options for you to use your photos and allow it to be sold. So there's platforms that compensate you for your images. So that could be Getty Images, or that could be Shutterstock, or that could be Alamy. So there's different platforms that are available. So if you are a photographer, if you have a camera, if you take good pictures from your iPhone, if you could just capture, go in nature and get some really good images that you could be able to put up on one of these sites, and you can get compensated from it, as it's purchased or as it's used, you could potentially be able to receive some income from that in the form of royalties, because it's an image that you have created. And again, you only have to take it once. You take the image once and you put it on the platform to sell it. And as it's being used, you'll be able to get some income in that regard. So that's another way to get some passive income. And the reason why it's medium level of effort, because you have to take the photos. You have to get the good shot. You have to make sure that the lighting is right. You have to find the good environment. You have to find the good park. You have to find the good place to capture these good images. And if you really want to get creative, to really think about what are people looking for, or what are people mainly using, you can use that energy to really identify where you're going to take your photos, and where you're going to identify the places that you want to take images of, that you can now put on these sites like Getty Image and Shutterstock and so forth. So think of this from an artist standpoint. Think of this from a creative standpoint. So that way you can be able to say, hey, I'm taking pictures. I take good pictures. And sometimes it could be pictures of yourself. Come on. If you want to be able to get yourself in that place where you can be served as a model, or even leveraging your photos so it can be used in other people's content, by all means, make sure that you sell it. All right, so the next one that I want to talk about that's really good for passive income, and it's going to require some effort on your part, is a topic that's very popular and that a lot of people are into, which is creating a course. Because you only have to create the course once, because you go through the initial wear and tear of designing the curriculum, getting the content ready, creating the slides, creating the templates if you have any, setting up the recording, doing the editing, getting all of that mapped out. It can take some serious time to create and build a course from scratch. If you are doing that, you really want to think about, okay, is this something that I want to do? And how long do I actually want to keep this course up? Because what you don't want to do is create a course that you really feel isn't going to get a lot of traction, or you put in all of this work and all of this effort and it doesn't get sold. So if you want to do your homework and do your research to really think about, what are people in need of? What do they need to be explained? What needs to be explained? And how can you help them by putting your twist on whatever your curriculum design is? then creating a course is going to be the thing for you. If you could just set aside some time, you guys, it took me some time to create my course, and I'm going to link my course right here. And I'm also going to put it down in the description box because it took me some time to create it. And I didn't think that it was going to take so long, but it really did, because when you think about your craft, when you think about your curriculum, when you think about all of the things that will come up in the midst of you creating this thing, I kept on adding stuff. I was like, oh, this will be good, or this will be good. I can add this, I can tweak this. And you get so creative while you're in that space of putting your course together, putting your curriculum together. It's something that can really help you in that way. And then all you have to do is just do the legwork once, make sure that you market it, of course, so that people can know where to find your course. And as they know where to find your course, of course, you'll be able to reap those sales. You'll be able to get sales from people buying your course. So the courses are most popular. If you have your own website, you could promote it there, but most people utilize the platforms where a lot of people go for online courses, which would be places like Udemy. It would also be places like Skillshare. It'll be places like Coursa. So there are so many options that are available for you. You just want to do your due diligence and see which platform that you want to use. But I think the key is, in order to get the passive income to come in, you have to have your course in a place where it could be marketable and it could be attracted so that people could actually buy it. So it's one thing to create the course, but it's another thing to get the course sold. And that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. But if you are looking for passive income, this is going to require a level of effort, because you have to go through the initial phase of creating the course, as I've explained. And then you have to go through the phase of putting it in places where it could be effectively marketed so that it can generate the sales for the passive income to come in. So courses is definitely a form of passive income, and it's a very popular one. So if you are someone who is an educator like myself, or if you are someone who wants to teach based on what you know, based on what you do, based on what you're good at, you can definitely create a course, put it in the marketplace, market the course, and then watch the income roll on in. All right, and last but not least, for the fifth idea that's passive income, that's going to require some level of effort on your part for sure. You all know my story when it comes to this topic, and that is creating a blog or creating a YouTube channel. So you guys may be familiar with my story if you've been coming back to the channel day after day, but you know that this has been a long journey for me. It has been 4.5 years of me going through the crunches, going through the toiling of recording the videos, putting videos up on my YouTube channel, creating it. And I tell you, I've just gotten to the point, literally just gotten to the point where the channel is going to be now a source of passive income, because my channel is now able to be monetized. And so I didn't see this coming for the longest. I talked about this on this video here that I can link for you, but it's powerful to be able to see how your work and your efforts can be compensated over time. And I didn't think that this was going to come up in this manner. I had a desire for it, but I really had a desire to educate. My real goal was to educate and inspire people to have a different perspective and have a different outlook on their finances, and giving them the tools, giving them the resources, giving them the information that I didn't know to help them in their finances so that they can make better decisions and better choices that can position them for a more positive financial state in the future. And so now that my channel is at a point where it could be monetized, you know, a lot of you guys have recently joined the DDTV channel membership, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I just can't believe it. Not only that, I've been able to get super chats from you all. I'm able to also get other donations, and it's not just about the idea of it being an income generating tool. It feels like for me, like, wow, like I'm able to give value to someone, and someone is wanting to say, hey, I thank you for the value. So I'm willing to put this in my budget to pay for this. I'm willing to put this in my budget to donate this. I'm willing to sit and watch the videos so that the ads can play and the ad revenue can be generated. I appreciate all of that, and I don't take it lightly. And I think about how much effort it took. This was not a medium level effort for me. My personal YouTube journey, some people, they get on here and their channel can just take off because they have maybe a popular topic that a lot of people are covering, or they may just have that personal stamp, that clout. It just depends. Some people escalate really, really fast. For me, it took me 4.5 years to get here. And it's just getting started. Like, it's just getting started. So it's definitely a level of effort once you get to that point. But once you get to that point, you have to think about it. The videos that I made 4.5 years ago, if somebody watches it, it can be monetized. I can get passive income as a result of that. So when you look at what you're creating, when you look at what you have an ability to do, you have ways to generate passive income. You just have to find a platform for it. YouTube may not be your thing. You may not want to be on camera. You may not want to be on video. But if you write, you can most certainly start a blog. You can most certainly start a blog. And how is a blog considered passive income? I'm going to tell you how. Because if you're able to get ads on your blogs, if you're able to get people to come to your blog and you get ads placed on your page, then of course you're able to generate income from that way. And you could even potentially get affiliate marketing from that as well, just by people clicking on certain things and maybe purchasing if you link something to an affiliate link. And we talked about this yesterday. So again, there are options, but it's going to require you to do some legwork. It's going to require you to do some legwork. So everything that I covered today is going to require a level of effort on your part. It's going to require a level of effort on your part. And more than likely, it'll be more lucrative than the other ones that are so easy for you to do. That's so easy for you to do. So consider this. Go back, watch this video again, listen to it again, listen and find the gem that you feel like you need for yourself. And if this is something that you're willing to do for you to create that passive income, then go ahead and jump in. But guess what? We're not done, because tomorrow we're taking it up another notch. And because we're taking it up another notch, you're going to be able to come back tomorrow and hear some more passive income ideas that's probably going to require a little bit more skill. So hopefully you guys have found value in this video. Let me know which of these 5 are you considering doing. And not only that, tell me why. Tell me why. Remember, your financial prosperity awaits you, and so does your financial sanity. You already know what I'm going to tell you to do, and that's what? Get to work. All right. Bye.
The Debt Demolisher TV with Sophia Melone.